Ms. Soto, please share your experience implementing the various modalities that Teach to One offers and how you have been able to teach all your students so successfully in this remote environment.
Absolutely. Greetings, everyone. So I want to start by saying that TTO set the foundation from day one. I think it's important that before COVID-19, we had a culture in the classroom that allowed the students to engage at a level that was brand new to them, but they were willing, and so they adjusted to the environment. When I'm talking about adjustment, I'm talking about from the traditional classroom coming into TTO from day one, they had to learn to adjust and become an independent learner. Okay, so with that being said, the communication line was very fluid in the classroom. We were able to set boundaries. We were able to set incentives as a team so that we can move and progress, forward, regardless of the little IT situations that would pop up. That was never became a barrier from them to wanting to learn. So moving on to when COVID-19 came about, the transition was smooth for the simple fact that they were in training, they were in training in the classroom setting. So when they transitioned into the home setting, it was like, okay, now this is where it's our time to shine. Now everything that we've learned in the classroom, we need to put that into action at home. And one of the greatest things that really helped us is that parents' involvement from orientation until right now, because students are working and learning from home, parents' involvement have been very important because they were the ones who were able to push and enforce those things that I set and we set as a team in the classroom has now been enforced in the home. So communication was very, very important. And, I want to also acknowledge that any concerns that students or parents had from day one, even to now, the solutions that we came up with was as a team. We came up with solutions that were practical and easy to maneuver. And, putting things into perspective, we're in Miami. So, there's a language barrier, okay? I have a lot of Caribbean students. So the fact that TTO was able to supply those different types of materials that adjusted for our Spanish-speaking students and et cetera, that made it that much more easier to just move forward and transition into this home setting of, academia. So I just want to also talk about, I want to make sure I mention that the interventionists that's in the classroom and the teachers, such as me and my other coworkers, our colleagues, that was something that was consistent from day one. So the fact that they transition into a learning environment at home and they can still see their teachers and see the interventionists and still ask questions and still be able to participate in their different modalities, such as LIN, where they engage with other students and the instructor is learning. We have breakout rooms that we've used from the Zoom, and that allowed us to still put those things into practice. Anytime we have P2P, which is, or SGC, which those are different modalities where requires group activities, we were still able to make that happen using the Zoom platform because it allowed us to have breakout rooms and we can put teams together and students are engaging with their classmates. And that just makes it that much more fun because they're home, comfortable, but they're learning and they can still see their classmates. So we always make sure there's something fun and engaging and activities and, throughout the whole material, the whole system so that students can maintain their, the attention. So it's always active. So that's what we've been doing from Miami, and it's been working, and the scores has been really rising, and I'm just very proud of them. This is something that we have to always make sure that the students come first, and so we pay attention to their needs, and so that's why it's been so successful.
All right. Gosh, thanks, Ms. Soto. Hate to put you on the spot, but one thing that I always love to do and love to hear when visiting your classroom is that signature chant that you get students motivated and excited. Can I put you on the spot? Do you mind?
No, it's fine. You know what? I think it's important that, again, going back to dedicating the learning to the students and making sure we find that thing that will get them motivated from the beginning to the end. And so my students and I, we started this ritual where we will sing for like the first 2 minutes of class. And even though we're not in a classroom setting, believe it or not, every time we start class, even from home, we have a chant that we sing. And I would love to share that with you guys.
Awesome.
So if you could just,
I'll
Sarah,
try.
be my student.
Okay, I will.
It goes a little like this. Because I know I can.
I know I
Be
can
what I want to be.
be what I want to be
If I work hard at it,
and work hard at it.
I'll be where I want to be.
I'll be where I want to be.
Hey, because I'm a star student.
I'm a star student.
I'm going to stay on top.
I'm going to stay on top.
I'm going to get an A.
I'm going to get an A.
And it goes on and on and on and on. And students have memorized it where students just lead and they go without me. And I love it. And that's just something that stays with them and it sticks throughout the whole process. Yeah.
Yeah, well, thanks for sharing and letting me get pumped and sharing this with everybody. And so hopefully they got pumped too.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. Good to see you.